I apologize for the late start. It's supposed to be live. All right. At this time, I want to welcome
Thank you so much. Right now, we are having an opening prayer by Mrs. Petra Grow.
As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into.
Good morning again. Let me welcome you to this launching of the agro-processing and harvest and post-harvest launching ceremony of the emergency response component under the Agricultural Livelihood Program funded by the World Bank. At this time, I wish to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Lakia Joseph, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, with special responsibility for development of community agro-processing. So, Honorable, welcome. I also want to acknowledge the presence of other members of the head table, our agriculture specialist, Natata Jones, and our safeguard specialist as well. In our presence, the Director of Agriculture acknowledges present, Mr. Robert Tong, and senior officials of the ministry. I also want to special recognition to Kevin Stevenson, the project implement unit manager. Also want to recognize the agro-processors among us, the students and media. Thank you for coming. Agro-processing and value addition is a fundamental pillar in the ministry's strategy moving forward in achieving $700 million contribution to the gross domestic product for us to achieve this goal. And this goal can be achievable by you playing your part. Basically, you production, that is our fresh produce, into secondary production, which is agro-processing. I like to use the word value addition. Very, very thankful for your contribution to the sector. And as we say, we cannot do it without you. Fresh produce have a lifespan. And so you playing a fundamental part, adding value, storing and preserving our fresh produce is fundamental. And so we want to urge you, and we want to also congratulate you and support you in your endeavors in terms of adding value to your produce. And so part of it is to provide some support, additional support and assistance to you to advance your production. And that the production I'm talking about manufacturing, added value, and another area the ministry wants to play a fundamental role is how we build a quality assurance system for you, how we improve your food safety. That is critical. To meet market, you have to have safe and nutritious product on the market. And I'm happy to see my good friend Cassava Man basically give credit where credit is due. Cassava Man has advanced the cassava fresh produce by putting innovation, and that's what we're talking about. It's not only adding value, but how do you put innovation and new technology to advance? Ryan Ansem, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture. I have spoken too much. I was given the task as chairperson, but Jones to give us an overview of the SIP project. I think she has a PowerPoint. Am I correct? No? So
for the launch of the agro-processing and harvest post-harvest grants for processors and farmers.
Enterprises, Mr. Ryan Ansem, Permanent Secretary, in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. Mr. Robert Tong, Digital Transformation, Mrs. Jo technical officers of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, staff of the Project Management Unit of the Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods and Climate Resilience Project, welcome. I will now give an overview of the value addition, harvest and post-climate resilience project of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. The Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods and Climate Resilience Project is a $25 million US World Bank funded project under the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, implemented with the main goal of restoring the security on a national level. These activities include Component A, enhancement of production systems, which is $1 million US, construction of a national animal feed mixing plant, which is 250, modernizations of cropping systems, which is $1 million US, substructures, strengthening of irrigation systems, enhancing banana production systems, enhancing capacity of extension systems, which includes rainwater harvesting and sloping agricultural land technologies. Also under Component A, we also have the restoration and development head, Sansover, Stowe, in addition to the construction of the vending stall at Newtown, Fonkole, Maho, $1,000 US. So Component B, enhancement of marketing of local agricultural produce, $2.2 million US. B1, we have the strengthening of procurement systems, which include the provision of $5 million EC dollars or $1.8 million US to Dexia to procure fresh agricultural produce and value-added products directly from the farmers and agro-processors respectively. Under B2, we have support for micro, small, and medium enterprises, which includes support to hucksters through the provision of packaging material. B2 is $200,000 US. Under Component B3, we have free regional marketing depot will be supported by procuring the required equipment and providing the necessary technical support to assist with the marketing fee, which speaks to value addition of fresh produce, meats, fish, and edible oils. The project will target 120 agro-processors. Interventions on the SIRC include enhancing harvest and post-harvest management to boost consistency in quality and marketability through the and 100 livestock commercial farmers. I will stop here and my colleague will give more information on the process of application. Thank you.
And thanks again for tuning in to Carry FM. That was just a quick breakdown from Ms. Natasha Jones, an agricultural specialist, on the post-harvest and the harvest grant for processing.
Processing, but how we improve your quality and how we improve the farmers' quality coming out from the farm. Farm certification is critically important. And at this time, I want to move along and I want to invite Miss Kamasha Sylvester, our safeguard specialist at PIU, to lead us into the criteria. Make her feel welcome, please.
Greetings. Let me acknowledge the presence of Honorable Lakia Joseph, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy with specific responsibility for development of community agro-enterprises. Mr. Ryan Anselm, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. Mr. Ricky Brumant, Director of Agriculture, Mr. Robert Tong of Digital Transformation, Mrs. Jody Dangaben, representative for the Dominica Herbal Association, technical officers of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, staff and management of the Emergency Agricultural Livelihoods and Climate Resilience Project, representative of producer organizations, processors, farmers, the media, other invited guests, welcome. Today I'm going to elaborate on the sequence of steps or actions from start to finish for this component. They are as follows. Step 1. Applicants will be able to express their interest online for a period of 2 weeks from today, April the 3rd, to April 17th, 2024. To be successful, the supporting documents must also be submitted electronically. These documents include, but are not limited to, a valid national ID, proof of business registration, April 17th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. A database will be created to document all documents. Closure for receipt of all supporting documents, May 1st, 2024. Step 3. The verification process involves analyzing information received from the applications and may be supported by a site visit. Step 4. The produce chemist, who will be responsible for vetting equipment needs and standard operating procedures of agro-processors, and the PIU, who will be in charge of administering applications to ensure compliance with the selection criteria and be responsible for the approval of shortlisted applicants. Step 5. Be contacted via email or telephone by the PIU. Step 6. We'll have the process for the procurement of requested equipment. Step 7. Materials and equipment will be provided via a voucher system, and beneficiaries will be enrolled in a necessary training program. Final step. Upon receipt of equipment, the beneficiary is furnished with a delivery note. Now we have the process flow for the commercial and livestock farmers for post-harvest. Similar. Step 1, you have the expression of interest, and application processes will be completed by the commercial crop and livestock farmers at regional offices within a 2-week period from today, April 3rd, to April 17th, 2024. For applications to be successful, the supporting documents must also be submitted. These documents are not limited to a valid national ID, a valid producer-seller license, provide proof of land ownership, and proof of sales or transactions. Application 17th, 2024. A database will also be created to document all applications received and then reviewed. Applicants will be given a small window to submit all documents. Closure for the receipt of supporting documents is May 1st, 2024. The farmer is verified. 5. Process for the procurement of requested equipment, materials, and equipment will be provided by a voucher system. And the final step, upon receipt of the equipment, the beneficiary is furnished with a delivery note. The steps I just mentioned concludes the process flow for both the value addition in agriculture as well as the harvest and post-harvest component. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sylvester. And these criteria will be published on social media, more specifically at the Communication Officer Petrogel to lead us into this agenda item. Are we set to go, Petra? Yes. So make yourself comfortable. I think it's, what, 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
Yeah, we'll go through it.
Yeah.
When you log onto the phone, you're going to be asked to create an account to sign in. Please create it. The purpose for this is that once you create this form, it will allow you to sign in, it will allow you to receive email notifications stating what information that you sent in. If you're not able to complete the form in one go, it's a lengthy form. you will be able to save it and come back and complete it. So once you've entered your created your email address and your login, it's going to take you, you'll come back to this form and you begin to fill out the information. So this is the post-harvest form, harvest and post-harvest form. Again, click here to record your copies. You enter your name, John. You enter your middle name to prevent it from persons having the same name as you, as we expect many. Brown, what are you known as Johnny Boy. Your gender, male. Telephone number, 1767-245-9999.
That's it.
And you continue to scroll down to fill out the form here, so they can find your information. Social media accounts, so if I don't have any. If you're in business, you should have more than one social media on this particular one. Find your valid seller's ID, my number is this is the number, and you'll be asked to submit a copy, which is you put in your address here, know that, LAU. You can save, you can come back and change it. Your acreage, I have 5 acres. You have to put the word acreage. Number of trees, 2,000. In terms of herbs, what do you do? I do all of these. Again, you can come back and edit if you made a mistake. Banana.
Okay, so just to give you a glimpse, sorry, because of time constraints. So this is the harvest and post-harvest. So we move on quickly to the agro-processing. Yes. Value addition, yes. Just to give you a glimpse, and we'll give you information.
This form, you must sign in. You will need to sign in with your Gmail account. So if you don't have a Gmail account,
almost the same, yeah.
Please create one. That will only take 2 minutes so you can complete the form. By having a Gmail account and by signing in, it will allow you to edit your document if you make any mistakes. Go back and make changes accordingly, and any change that you make, you will find a copy of it will be sent to you. Address, your email address will automatically be printed inside of it because you've been logged in. In any form, copy of your bookkeeping accounting, auditing accounts, management accounts, copy of recent tax returns if applicable, proof of purchase, to the next item, your middle name. It's always good to put a middle name to prevent just having the same name.
Okay. So basically, this was just a teaser, but everything is online, so that the reason we created these visual aids and this video was to really assist, the process, because sometimes some people think it's a difficult process to really fill out the forms online and load. So we just want to show the ease of which you can really go through this. As stated previously, the agro-processors expression of interest, that will be online only. All right, because processors are normally savvy, they're into technology, they want some assistance, so we have opted for a hybrid system where we have it online also, and we have it a physical copy within the office. Just to remember that any person who wants to participate, once you fill out an application and that is approved, you will have to get into a contractual arrangement with the project. So you will have a beneficiary contract, as we've done previously with our other programs and processes. We just also want to state that each video, etc., you can have a look at it, go through it, come back. One thing to remember is that this application can always be saved, and you can come back before you even process if the necessary supporting documents are not attached. So for those farmers out there who are listening, in terms of the post-harvest and harvest, do remember that the Farmer Service Center is all around. You may be wondering about your produce seller's license. It expires March 31st, everybody knows, and we're in April. But speak to your officer and speak to the secretary, and you will get a one-on-one as to how we proceed accordingly. So that is it for us in terms of digital presentation. Sorry.
Thank you. And we
That was
want
Ms.
to thank
Petra Shillingford, the Communication Officer for the Ministry of Agriculture. We just reviewed a short video, a video presentation pertaining to the exact steps and the criteria to have the forms filled out online for the farmers and the processors.
I should have done it in the beginning. Apologize for the honorable ministers, Minister Roy and Minister Defoe, who is at cabinet. So I want to do that. They would have loved to be here. So I think, Lakia, I don't want to call you the sacrifice lamb, but we thank you for coming. We all know cabinet is today, and we appreciate your time. And make her feel welcome to address us, please.
Thank you once again, and good morning to everybody. Everybody feeling good? Yeah. Well, list. Do I have to go for it again? Thank you, PS Ansem, for being our chair. All that you do within the Ministry of Agriculture. Mr. Brumant, our director. Mr. Kevin Stevenson, the project manager. Petra and the team, the staff of the project management unit. I see some of our representatives here. I see the cassava man, welcome. Jody, 2 capacities, so welcome. Mr. Laville. I see the representatives from Jolly's Pharmacy and other processors. I would like to welcome all of you here today. So I have a very brief presentation, or a little word, as the Parliamentary Secretary responsible for the development of services. And a land where nature's bounty is as abundant as the resilience of its people lies Dominica. Today I stand before you not just as a PALSEC, but as a fellow citizen, a farmer, and an agro-processor, who is as equally passionate about the future of this island, especially the boundless potential of the guiding light of the World Bank support. We embark on a pivotal journey with the Dominica Emergency Agricultural and Climate Resilience Project, a journey of transformation designed to breathe new life into our agricultural livelihoods and fortify us against the whims of nature. Over the next few years, we aim to revolutionize and solidify our relationship with the land that sustains us. With an infusion of an additional just about $8 million into the contingency emergency response component, we stand prepared to face the crisis ahead together. This is our commitment to not just surviving, but thriving in the face of challenges. We aim to elevate agriculture beyond traditional practices, focusing on agro-processing, value addition, and the entire value chain, directly supporting over 600 farmers and processors in their endeavors to contribute meaningfully to Dominica's economy. This initiative is more than just an investment. It's a testament of our belief in the power of agriculture to drive economic growth, improve livelihoods, and ensure food security. By integrating value addition into every stage, from the coconut creams to natural beverages, spices of dried herbs and teas, to the richness of smoked meats and the freshness of fish processes, right down to the sweetness of honey production, we are not just creating jobs, we are nurturing a legacy. I wish to extend once again my heartfelt gratitude to every stakeholder who has lent their strength to this vision. Your unwavering commitment is the bedrock upon which the future of Dominican agriculture will be built. To the youth, the spirited souls of Dominica, this is your time. The horizon with the promise of up to $40,000 EC in grant funding for your enterprises. And I see Jody smiling over in the corner. This is your moment to step into the limelight, to innovate, and to lead our island into a future where agriculture is synonymous with innovation, sustainability, and prosperity. Embrace this opportunity to shape the legacy of Dominica, to be pioneers of green revolution that will echo through the ages. Let us together sow the seeds of progress, water them with our ambition, and watch as our beloved island flourishes. Let's continue to build Dominica, where agriculture is not just a way of life, but the backbone of a robust, resilient, and thriving economy. The hand that touches the soil brings us closer to a future bright with the promise of abundance, sustainability, and shared prosperity. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for participating.
Thank you, Honorable, for your to advancing the agro-processing sector. At this time, we've come to the end of our brief opening ceremony. Identity for ourselves, how we brand our product, and I see Benjo Simos has done very well. So we really need to create that kind of branding identity, that how are we going to market our product. So the product has to speak for itself. And I don't want to say with limited advertising, but how do we create that brand, that nature brand for us as agro-processors? And as the Honorable Minister says, we really have to look at innovation. And we cannot do it how our forefathers do it, but how do we put innovation? How do we put some technology to improve our efficiency and our productivity? And the ministry is prepared to work to improve your marketing and your manufacturing. So with these few concluding words, I want to thank you for coming. And we will work together. We will do it together. And as I said, that is one of a pillar in the ministry to advance agro-processing. So again, thank you to the PIU, and thank you for all the manufacturers. Thank you, MO News and the other media for coming and broadcasting this very important event. So I think we have some refreshment, and so we can take part in a few discussions as well. We're all here, and feel free to be part of the process. So thank you again.
Now we have come to the end of the launch of the Agro-Processing and Harvest Post-Harvest Grant for closing remarks from Mr. Ryan Alton, the Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture. And the information or the steps to fill in the forms and everything will be posted on the Ministry of Agriculture's Facebook page, and you can find the information and the necessary forms online on the Ministry's website. So that is the end of the press conference today. Thank you so much for tuning in again to Kyrie FM's Facebook page, along with staying with us on our radio stations or radio frequencies. I'm Tyra, your announcer. Have a great rest of your day. Going back to Master Control.